tired of your language, especially the word f and all its various permutations. Now, I know it's your only adjective, but it makes you sound cheap and immature and uneducated. And that may be the truth, but why advertise it? Now, starting today, I'm docking you $1 every time you use that word. So get up, get dressed, get in the shower, brush your teeth. Let's go.
This past year, you were actually promoting 2 movies at once at Sundance. Was that kind of an exhausting schedule, especially when a role like this is just so... You played such a broken character, such a heavy role.
No, it was actually nice to have more than just one thing to talk about. It was like, even though I was sort of like spread thin at Sundance, it took the pressure off a little bit. It's like if I was worried about one thing, I could just go, well, I gotta go do something for the Runaways. Do you know what I mean? Or like, so it actually ended up being pretty cool.
And obviously you had a lot of costumes going on. Were there any pieces of the film that you kind of took with you? Get any of those fishnet tights with you?
I have a couple pairs of underwear, yeah. I have a couple pairs of ridiculous underwear that I'll never wear ever again.
But you got them.
Yeah, I have them. I'll staple them to my wall or something in my office. Yeah.
Gotcha. You're playing a stripper, and you're playing, a 16-year-old girl. This is obviously a very different teenaged role that your fans are used to seeing you in. Are you eager for Twilight fans to see you perform in this film?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not eager. I mean, I'm excited. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's kind of, it's funny to me, actually, that it's such a common question that people are like, oh my gosh, he's in a stripper movie. Because it's so, I figure that, people expect that from actors, that they want to do different stuff. And I totally acknowledge that I am so very tied into the whole Twilight thing, and a lot of people, that's all they've ever seen of me, and so I am excited, yeah, but not eager. Like, I definitely don't choose things based on what I think people are gonna think, and I just got lucky that it was very different from Twilight, and the timing of it is also sort of a coincidence, too.
This film has been done for a while, too. Looking back on it, what was the most difficult day of shooting? What was the most difficult scene that you looked at on paper and you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go?
Right. There was one that, I mean, they were all sort of, you find her at moments where she's being light. Like, a lot of how you see her is what she wants Doug to see at first, which is like, I'm fine, I'm totally fine, I'm really funny and alive. And like, that's the kind of stuff that I was really excited to do, because it was like such a contrast with her when she actually acknowledged, like, when things became real to her and she wasn't like denying things in her head anymore. And I mean, there's like one scene outside of like a motel where she like loses a lot of money, and it, to get that money, like, I mean, if you lose it, it's such a, even as much as she's used to, that line of work. I know it's so weird to talk about it this way, but I cannot relate to that at all. I mean, I would never do that. I would never, you know what I mean? And so I was scared that it was gonna feel like a little bit like, not fake, but just that I was gonna feel like I was doing an impression of something rather than really going through it. And what was kind of scary is that it wasn't like that. Like, it really, it felt incredibly real, and like was very, like did something to me afterwards. And it was good, but when I first read it, I was so intimidated. I was like, gosh, I mean, I don't know what that feels like, but it ended up being okay.
Where are you staying?
Here.
I'll stay here too then.